artificial intelligence incorporated into fitness, artificial intelligence incorporated into medical, artificial intelligence incorporated into sports, artificial intelligence incorporated into writing, not to replace any of those things, to complement those things.
And to make it more efficient. That's what it's doing, is it's making the process on almost everything I try, because once I've got it down, I template it and I save it for later. So then I can go back and say, I want to do this same thing. Give you a prime example. I do marketing plans for clients when I send them a proposal. I've created the marketing plan template that I like, and then I upload our conversation with the transcript, which AI records for me.
There you go.
And then boom, it goes in, and I say, take the information from this call, incorporate it into my template XYZ, and give me the marketing plan for this client for the next 12 months. And it goes, brrr. Now,
it's amazing. Yeah.
Problem is, there's elements inside of it that aren't quite right. It misunderstood what I was saying. Yeah. So I have to either reprompt it when I read it, or I have to change it. So you can't just solely rely on it. That's why you need skilled people sitting above it.
At the end of the day, and we'll move on to a different topic, AI is like any other technology. It will definitely be best for you if you and or someone on your team or somebody in your life can operate it for you and with you.
Yep.
People are never going away. I know there's a global elite cabal in the world that just is obsessed with depopulation, and they want AI to replace everything from food to people to, they're out there, man, and they're as scary as can be, from Bill Gates to Anthony Fauci to whoever else. They absolutely are obsessed with depopulation. It isn't going to happen. Okay. People will always drive technology, and people will always drive great companies, and people will always drive innovation. As much as they want you out of the way, don't get out of the way. Because if you can embrace technology and embrace humanity at the same time, you win the game and you have the best of both worlds.
Yep.
So
and don't let's go. Of it.
Yeah. What's that?
And don't be afraid of it, because that's
and don't be intimidated by it, which brings me to finance now, and Bitcoin and digital assets.
Before you go into finance, you said to me, you wanted me to remind you that people are afraid of it. Like we don't understand it. We're afraid of it.
I think I touched on it. It means, and I said it before, right? It's easy to go in a box and just run with the first thing you heard about it. Remember, I talked about that anchoring concept a second ago. So I would catch yourself not doing that with anything that comes your way. Any kind of information, by the way. Anything that usually sounds like a conspiracy theory on the surface, I would embrace that and go deep and try to figure out, well, conspiracy set, is it just a theory? Who gets to call it a conspiracy? Who owns the domain on theory, right? Is it misinformation? Another global elite term. Who puts the mis in front of information? Who gets to be that righteous, right? AI, scary. Who gets to call it scary? Find out if that's true. Go down the rabbit hole, because if something is taking off and it has legs, like the internet, like email, like social media, like video, like digital assets, like Bitcoin, if it has legs like all of those things looked like they didn't at one point, you probably want to be paying attention and probably doing a lot of studying. Right. There's a guy that I follow. He says, until you've done 100 hours of studying it, Michael Saylor, by the way, the largest Bitcoin holder. He owns MicroStrategy, which is the largest Bitcoin holding company publicly traded in the world. He's the largest holder of Bitcoin, behind the guy who created Bitcoin. And maybe even he's ahead of Wall Street ETFs at this point, or he's neck and neck. Right. So he said, until you've spent 100 hours studying something, you don't really get to have an opinion on it. And you don't really get to really get emotional about it, because you really haven't studied it, right?
Well, and I can say on this particular topic of AI, I've been showing you stuff all year.
You have been. And you've showed me more than I would have even known.
Look at this, look at this, look at this, and you've said to me many times, wow, this is incredible.
Exactly. But Aaron, do you know what my first impression for me was on AI?
Didn't like it.
I'm going to tell you why. A terrifying way. To me, AI right off the bat was a propaganda tool for me. And it actually was, to some degree, right? They used AI to think for you, right? If you really dug into what Wikipedia has done or ChatGPT has done, the dangerous side of AI is they have actually thought for you. So the challenge with AI is it is a propaganda machine. I'll tell you why. Because if it gives opinions, it isn't technology. It's a propaganda machine. And what I've caught AI doing, ChatGPT and Wikipedia, by the way, is notorious, is instead of giving facts like an encyclopedia should, they give opinions. I'll give you an example. So if during this heated political cycle over the years, you said, is Joe Biden a great president? It would have a three paragraph example of how he's one of the greatest presidents in history. If you then said, was Donald Trump a great president? It would go into a propaganda smear campaign about how he's the most dangerous president that's ever been in office. Now, you haven't done AI at that point. You've done an opinion, which means you've done propaganda. Right. So that was my first impression of AI, is it was thinking for people and it was giving people an opinion, not facts. And that was easy to see. And right off the bat, I was like, I'm done with AI. So I resisted it right away. But again, I'm the kind of person that I'm aware of my own thoughts. I resisted it while watching it and while studying it.
Right. And I get it. Like let's be clear. There are some terrifying possibilities of things going wrong with AI.
Oh God, Elon Musk is one of the AI kingpins, and he even says, "Listen, I want this thing to slow down. And he can make the most money from it." And he says, "I want it to slow." Listen, Tesla is an AI company. Let's be real, right? So he wants AI to slow down, but if it sped up, he'd make more money. So I like the fact that he has the integrity to say, "Listen, AI is moving too fast, and it's starting to really get a little manipulative." He was way ahead of it because exactly what I just said. It was used as an election propaganda tool. It failed, fortunately. But it was going down that path of telling people how to think and feel, which is terrible.
Right. But as much as I know that's a fact, I'm also doing what you're saying on the other side, which is let me do my own research and see what are the things that it can do to help me be better, to help me produce more, to help me be more efficient. Right. Because here's the thing. If you put your head in the sand on this, here's what's going to happen. People like me who are pushing forward full speed are going to be so price competitive because we can, that we're going to eat your lunch.
No doubt about it.